welcome to Flory Models Daily Show. Here we are on Wednesday the 21st of December 2016, and yes, Rogue One was very, very good. I have to say, favourite Star Wars film so far. No spoilers, I won't spoil it for anybody else because you've been good enough not to spoil me, although I haven't been on Facebook in over a week. But yes, generally I have to say it's my favourite Star Wars film. Good mixture of action and everything else, and as a Star Wars, I wouldn't say I'm a mega fan because I don't know every single thing like some of the guys out there know, but picking up on all those little nods back to the originals and the way that you've got some characters that pop in that you see in the later films as well, I thought that was a really nice touch right the way through to Red 5 scene and things like that. So from that point of view, I thought it's extremely well written, definitely darker. Don't think it's so much one for the kids, if I'm honest. I think it is that thing where if you've got youngsters where you could sit them in front of like A New Hope and you know, Empire, Jedi, things like that, you could literally just sit them there and they'd be quite happy to watch it because it is that sort of love story, Disney-fied type thing. This is a lot darker, as you say. It's a lot more in-depth. I think the kids would tune out pretty quickly until the second half of the film, and then it obviously really picks up and ramps up and everything else like that. But I just love the way it flows. And as I say, it's very difficult because I don't want to give anything away to anybody who hasn't seen it, because it is one of those things. It was nice for me to be able to sit there and watch it completely open-minded to it all, because I didn't have any idea what was going to happen. So some of those little features and towards the end and everything else I thought were a very nice touch, and definitely a must. If you've got anything to do with Star Wars, if you've seen any other films, you have to see this one now because it is definitely a must-see. Anyway, on top of all of that, I've got the lurgy. Amazingly, I blame Liam. Like always, because whatever he gets I seem to get as well. So I am feeling it today. I have got the sweats, I've got everything. I'm trying to get rid of this obviously before Friday, because it's going to be quite a busy day here Friday with obviously the live broadcast. We've got the sort of Flory Models party here and everything else like that. So to tell you the truth, I am sweating, my nose is bunged up, my voice is gone and everything else like that. Anyway, U-Wing was up with you last night. To be honest, if you haven't seen it, go and have a look. It's absolutely fantastic. I love about it. Thank you very much for all your kind feedback, especially on YouTube. It always worried me about having YouTube open to comments. As you know, I've been on YouTube since the day it started. Okay, we had our own servers because we've been around before YouTube was even around, and then we moved over to there, and I don't know, it's just that you see the horror stories when things, you get people arguing, and that's something I always never wanted to happen on my site especially. So that's why we've never allowed, you know, basically comments or anything on there. Of course you get the haters, but then they still watch it, because how can they hate it if they haven't watched it? So why would you watch it if you really hate it? That's the way I look at it. You know, obviously you get a few guys on there, and I think we've only kicked about 3 or 4 people off of the site, or off of the YouTube one, block them and all the rest of it because of inappropriate comments, things like that. But generally, it's been really good. So get your feedback onto it as well. It's really, really nice. So thank you everybody who comments, feeds, and obviously likes anything else on there. And if you didn't like it, well, why are you watching it? That's my point. So anyway, that one is up there on there. Obviously, we talk about, as we spoke about yesterday, it's like a quick job. It's all about chipping and things like that, so we show in-depth chipping. Quite a nice angle actually. It turned out better than I originally thought, but we say you can see all about the chipping, how I do that on a quick model and everything else as we make our way through. So today is AT-AT day. I'm going to really push on with the AT-AT. I'm going to get the spray booth all fired up, get that all going and everything else like that, because I want to get that one painted up, and then hopefully I'll get it somewhat weathered today. Probably going to have to roll in tomorrow for weathering as well, purely because of how big it is. And then what I want to do is on Thursday is to work on the trench run, because obviously it was a little bit of a stall project last year, as you know. So I'm going to do sort of a one-day build. We're going to fire up all the cameras, we're just going to get them going around, and I'm going to do it as like a live build. So I will be recording it, so it will go up as a recording as well, but we're probably going to be streaming it somewhat live as well. So if you've seen the way we've done previous sort of one-day builds, as you know, when we did the blaster, things like that, it's going to very much be like that format, purely because it's a big old job, but it's quite laborious in certain areas, so it might be easier just to set everything up, let it all record, and I'll just get on with it, and we'll see. But again, there's no particular structure or right or wrong to it. It's literally, I'm going to make a mini trench run, 2 tiles deep, 2 tiles high, and then obviously I've got X-Wing, Y-Wings, TIE Fighters, things like that, which obviously we're going to put in there and weather it up to make our little trench run, which was sort of the stall project from last year, but I definitely want to finish that off. Next week, obviously we've got Christmas, probably not going to be doing obviously anything Monday or Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday of next week, and possibly Friday, I'm probably going to throw in a couple of little one-day builds with that as well. So they may be figures, they may be finishing off projects, various things like that. So we've still got lots to come. Don't think we've on a couple of things. Friday might be a bit awkward because I have got to gut the studio because somehow I've got to fit everybody in here. And then obviously we got our meal beforehand and various things as we make our way through and stuff like that. So it should be quite interesting. And probably what I might do, if I remember, but I might get sort of a couple of the cameras out so you can see a little bit behind the scenes when the guys are here and we have our big meal here and everything else. Then we'll come on air with you from 7 till around about sort of 9 o'clock, and then from 9 o'clock we're going to go off and finish the party and everything else with the girls and things like that. So there we go. Anyway, start off with, let's start on the ATAT. Okay, so a busy morning and mid-afternoon as we are now. I've been pushing on with the ATAT. Quite frankly, it's coming on quite nicely. So this is how we've got here looking now. I know the light's going to play ball. I've just fixed the stance all in one. Now the whole point of doing this is to have it really dirty, and then what we're going to do is going to go in with dry brushing and with different tools and various things, and we're going to go in there with washes and various other techniques. All this is basically done is out a paint job, and then we come along from the paint job and we've just pushed in, get down the other side as well, you can see how dirty she is down there, and everything else like that. So that is just paint job and washes, and to be honest I'm very, very happy with it. It's turned out really, really well. The amazing thing is it stands, and that's how, you know, was my original sort of problem with it. I've been working with the stance, trying to get a nice sort of angle. To be honest, I wish I'd now redone these feet, which is something maybe for a second one. I have got 2 of these things and I'm planning coming back to this one in the distant future probably. But if you used to put these on little workable pads on the bottom, we can actually have this foot as lifting. And I think that's what it needs. But let's say this is just literally the black wash with a bit of grey mixed in. That's why some patches are lighter than others on this one right the way through, to give us our ATAT looking very much the part just in here like that. And to say when you get a head on and things, I think it really does look very, very nice. Okay, so that's what we're doing there. So next up with that one, to be honest, I'm going to come in with different washes, different sort of grimes and things like that, just to really grime it all up and make it really, really dirty. But I say, really I'm enjoying it. It's coming along very, very nicely, and so I'm going to push through this one this afternoon and hopefully get us to a position where it's not going to take too much in the morning to really finish her off, because obviously we're on a bit of a roll now getting these all done. Still got to do the orders this afternoon, which we'll get those out to you. Remember, if you've ordered from the US, they're never going to turn up now. All orders that are posted up till 2 o'clock today, probably in the UK, should get there still, because today is the last day. But like everything, it's Christmas post. There's no guarantees for everything else like that. Okay, but we are going to be running up. So last time to get your orders in for Flory models is going to be on Friday around about 2 o'clock as normal. All orders after that will be processed on the 3rd of January when we get back. So, you know, if you have got a plan to get orders in and things, get them in now. Okay, because as I say, I'm going to have a complete holiday, nice bit of a break from the sales team and everything else like that, right the way over the festive period, because quite frankly, we deserve it. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to push on with this guy, going to carry on getting in guns, going to get more of the detailed weathering, it's going to have a full dry brush and everything yet, so we're going to get that done to it. Then we're going to get in there with some oils, and we're going to get in there with some enamel washes, and really going to bring us to life. Hello and welcome back. Yes, I am feeling absolutely terrible. I am sweating and everything else, but I don't care because I'm having a great fun with this guy. So we are working on the ATAT. I put him in a pose. And I quite like it. It looks like he's just about to take a step forward whilst engaging and all the rest of it. So we're moving on really nicely. Pretty straightforward on this. Black wash right the way over. Flat paint. It's stuck onto it. Worked it well with the textures, and to be honest, what I'm doing now is going around with an enamel wash, detailing and making streaking and weathering and all the rest of it. Technically, we could take this back and make it more grey if you want, but I want this nice filthy looking ATAT. It's a big lumpy machine, let's face it, it's never going to live in a garage. So from that point of view, that's what I'm trying to sort of recreate here. I want it to sort of look weathered and battered and everything else. I'm going to come in with a few little tricks yet, a few little pigment things I'm thinking, things like that, to really give this sort of a battered look. But generally I think he's turning out absolutely fantastic, and he's very stable considering I thought it might be a thing. I have locked the legs now, but trying to find a pose where I think it looks quite good in is a little bit tricky. So I'm doing that thing where he's just about to take a step. Again, like I say in the video, you know, it's that thing, I wish I'd now done the toes posable and we could have done it like that, but generally coming along really, really well. very much techniques we've done before. There's nothing new on this one. It's just showing you the real extreme side. We've done quite clean weathering. We've done things where you just take the wash clean off, like on here and all the rest of it. This is leaving the wash on there and making everything work with the wash together in one. But generally coming along really, really well. And I think it's worth a little bit of time we spent on this one, upgrading it, doing a few little bits and pieces to it, just to make it look better. So from that point of view, like when we've changed the bolts and things in the legs, it just gives it a nice level of detail now and everything else. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get this thing finished off in the morning, and then we can literally go for it with a few other things. Still going to work on the trench run, want to do that, although I must admit, because I'm feeling pretty rough, that might take a bit of a backseat. I might have a bit of a night off tonight and have a bit of a lie down and a lem sip, one's thinking. But generally looking very, very nice. Thank you for all the feedback. We've had some great feedback today over the various video things and that, as we spoke about before with YouTube and everything. So if you like it, give us a thumbs up. It gives me a great idea of what you guys are liking, what you're not liking, and everything else like that. Okay, so from that point of view, if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down, and then that way we can sort of work out what's working best and what's not working very well and everything else like that. So there we go. As you said, quite an exciting day, really enjoying it, and then hopefully, say, tomorrow we'll get this thing pretty much knocked in to where we wanted to be with it, and then obviously we can move on with the next projects. We say we are still going to do the trench run and all things like that. So one thing just to remind everybody, because we seem to have a bit of a flurry this afternoon, if you have got any orders you want to put in for Flory model stuff, make sure you get it in tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last day, okay, because obviously the store is shut from Friday until the 3rd, okay, it reopens on the 3rd. So from that point of view, get your orders in quickly, or if not, don't worry about it, we'll be with you in the new year, just like that. So that's it from me. I'm off for a lem sip and a paracetamol, I think, and then I'll edit this. So there you go. Till tomorrow, everybody. Happy modelling. Take care.